Hey, how's it going? It's been quite some time, hasn't it? Been about a month, I would say. Yeah, about a month. Yeah. I've been working on a project of mine. It's been a big project, I would say. It's for Left 4 Dead 2. I'll put a snippet of it up in the corner of the video, wherever future me puts it. Anyways, today's video is about, it's about a game that my friend has been working on. You know him, we all know him, Black Ninja 797, or as everybody in the Discord that's been there for quite some time calls him, John. But he's been working on a game for the past 2-3 years, I would say. About 2 or 3 years. I'd have to ask him myself, but it's been about 2-3 years in the making, I would say. But today's video is playing that very game that he's been developing. He's been working on it for quite some time, and it's finally getting into its final stages of development, about ready to be finished. It's me and a few people are going to be playtesting it, and this is going to be that video. The video itself is not up on YouTube itself. It's unlisted at the moment until he decides to make it go live. And then this video will go live with it as well. But that's what I wanted to say. Don't expect some things to be the same. Expect some things to change, I would say. From our input going to John, he may change a few things. So beware that some things may change. This is early gameplay. We got to play this early. Don't try and ask me for any links. You're not gonna get it. But anyways, enjoy the video. Hello everybody. Welcome to another video of mine. You may notice that it's a bit of a darker tone, I would say. But today we're playing an Invasion, an interactive audiobook. One of my first and all favorite types of YouTube video games. This video is made by, Black Ninja 797, otherwise known as John on the Discord. He's been working on this for about 2-3 years, I'd have to ask him. But this is my first playthrough, and by the way, this is early access development, only given to certain people for playtesting purposes, but this will be released sometime soon in the near future. Probably when this video will be, this video will go out on the day that this game comes out. So beware. The video is not up yet, is unlisted as you can see right here. Alright, so anyways, let's play the game, shall we? Will your story be?
Kitchen table, late evening. Daniel, Eric, Sam, and Michael are gathered around a kitchen table, having drinks and socializing after a guy's night together. So I'm at Walmart with my little sister, right? Michael says, looking for the others in acknowledgement. And I'm looking at this guy in the distance while we were in the parking lot trying to find a parking spot. And I was thinking to myself that this dude was fugly. Michael says with extreme emphasis, like this dude had hair on his neck, hair so long that it looked like a dead squirrel. To my surprise, though, when me and my sister finally found a parking lot and started to get out of the car, Michael says, while uttering small giggles, the dude turns around and it's actually a freaking woman. Michael says with surprise in his voice. Everyone starts laughing. Mikey, my G, are you sure you didn't know this woman? Eric says, extremely curious. Everyone stares at Eric in confusion. Because based off the description you gave, it sounds like your mom, Eric says with confidence. Eric and Daniel and Sam start laughing. Ha! Very funny, Eric, Michael says, slightly embarrassed and somewhat cynically. It wasn't my mom, but it could have easily been your ex-girlfriend, Jessica, Michael says, trying to tease Eric just a bit. Honestly, Michael, Eric says with a smile, it wouldn't surprise me because she was a psycho bitch anyway. Well, at least now you're with Courtney now, Daniel says proudly and smiling. Right you are, good buddy, Eric says thankfully, smiling back towards Daniel. Courtney and my little girl Emily are the best thing that's happened to me in a long time, Eric says happily. I'm happy for you, Eric, Sam says kindly. Thanks, Sam, Eric says politely. Who knows, maybe I'll name the next kid after you. Sam says, wait, really? Eric says, yeah, I'll name him a much better looking Sam. Hey, Sam says embarrassed. Eric, Daniel, and Michael all start laughing. Daniel stands up out of his chair. To family, as he raises his glass. Daniel says happily. Everyone stands up and does the same. Everyone, to family, glasses clanking together. Everyone sits back down. Players control Daniel's choices now by clicking end cards at the end of video clips. Players now can choose to have Daniel strike up a conversation with Eric, Sam, or Michael. Choosing a specific character reveals certain information.
Okay.
Reveals certain information.
Okay. Before we select the next option of what we choose, might I add that we give a few more seconds, maybe 10 seconds more, for just of silence to let the player choose, or at least give them time to pause. That's what I would add, though. But anyways, who do we choose? We choose Eric, Sam, or Michael. And how ironic is it that my name is Daniel, and we're playing as the main character, Daniel. Huh. How ironic. Let's talk to Sam.
How's things going, Sam? Daniel asks interestedly. Things are going good, Sam says politely. I've just got paid last week from work, so I finally picked up that new handgun. It's beautiful, Sam says excitedly. I'm glad you're excited. Daniel says he's happy for Sam. Just don't spend all your money on that thing. I know you want to keep your accuracy up, but just got to space it out across the paychecks. I know. Sam says, somewhat disappointed. But you got to admit, you loved it when I took you guys to the gun range last year. Daniel, alrighty, you got me there. That was the best birthday ever. Video games and movies may be fun, but nothing beats the real thing. Daniel, I'll be right back, guys. Got to use the restroom. Eric, what the fuck is this shit? Eric shouts in rage from the other side of the house. Camera pans back to Daniel in the bathroom. Camera follows Daniel, running down the hallway, sounding worried, and frantically looking for what's going on. Daniel enters the frame and says, "What's going on?" Eric, I'll tell you what's wrong. Look at this garbage. He yells and shows his phone to Daniel. Daniel looks at Eric's phone and sees a search engine called Melodic. Daniel puts Eric's phone down and asks, "What is this?" Eric, some bitch copied my search engine and then copied everything down to the text font. It's ridiculous. Michael and Sam both say, "Seriously?" Eric, I've been working on making that search engine for so long. It was going to help my family and make us set for life. Sam, I don't know how someone could completely steal your idea like that. Did someone else know you were working on this? No, Eric says, calming down. I was the only one who knew until I told you guys today. Michael, do you have enemies? Someone that might want to screw you over? Eric, well, unless it's Curtis Walker from high school seeking his revenge after all these years, which I seriously doubt because he would be too stupid to pull something like this off when he could barely spell the word meatloaf. So no, Eric says, visibly frustrated. He then paces around with his hands on his face, extremely frustrated as time passes. Daniel, look, Eric, maybe there's a way we can fix this, he says, reassuringly. We've always got your back. Eric, thanks, guys. I appreciate that, but don't worry about it. I don't want you guys to have to worry about me. I'll just go home and sleep on some ideas. Let my subconscious work on things. Eric, are you sure you don't want any help? Daniel asks, trying to reassure Eric. Yeah, man, we can always find the guy and threaten to sue him, Michael says, trying to be reassuring to Eric. Sam, we could also beat him up. A little bit of 1-2. Reset his mind. Yeah, guys, I'm good, Eric says reassuringly. I'll see you soon. Eric then walks through the living room door and closes it until he's no longer visible. Well, I guess I'm going to head home too. Just think that it's only been one day of the police being defunded and already our friend has lost his master project that would have helped him and his family, Michael says with visible disappointment. Then walks off screen in the direction of the living room door. Sam, I guess that's my cue to go to bed too. Sam then imitating Eric. See you in the morning, Danny boy. Sam then walks off screen. Camera focuses on Daniel, showing him visibly concentrating on what just happened. Screen fades to black, but the scene continues. Fade in, kitchen entrance from main hallway. Nighttime, around midnight. Daniel is cleaning up the mess from when he, Sam, Eric, and Michael were all visiting. Daniel enters the kitchen from the main hallway and is sliding wrappers into a plastic bag for putting it in the trash can.
Why is John? Do you want to explain this? Why there's two options of clean the trash and clean the trash? I'll go with the left side option.
Once the trash is all cleaned up, Daniel reflects on the evening with his friends, takes a deep breath and a stretch, and heads to bed. Fade in, Daniel's bedroom. Daniel is awoken suddenly from his sleep after hearing a noise. He looks at the clock and sees 2 a.m. Daniel is visibly tired and confused. Players have the choice of making Daniel investigate the noise on his own or shout out across the house, asking if Sam is making the noise.
Really don't want to wake up Sam right now. Considering it's the nighttime, I'll investigate the sound.
Scene starts in Daniel's bedroom and pans eventually to the kitchen from the hallway entrance. Daniel will look around the house, not finding anyone or the sources of the sudden sound. Daniel returns to his bedroom and notices his laptop is not fully shut down like it was once before. Daniel opens the laptop and tries to open the flash drive again, but the password is now changed. Daniel, what the hell? He says, obviously confused. Daniel tries opening the flash drive with several different passwords with no success. Daniel believes that Sam is awake, pranking him, and leaves his room to find him. Daniel walks into sight of the living room and sees someone dressed all in black and cannot tell who it is. Daniel chooses to hide or ask if it is Sam.
What do we choose? I'm gonna pick hide.
Daniel notices there's an intruder in the house. He quickly hides beneath the kitchen table. The intruder turns around, believing that they've heard a noise. The intruder enters the kitchen, leaving the living room to listen for more noises. The camera pulls back. The intruder doesn't realize that Daniel is just a few feet from him under the kitchen table. The intruder looks and listens carefully to hear for another noise. At the same time, Daniel remains crouched beneath the kitchen table, breathing ever so quietly so as not to disclose his location. After what seems like an endless silence, the intruder exits the kitchen to investigate the basement. Daniel emerges from underneath the kitchen table. He realizes just how close he was to potential disaster. Now Daniel has to make a choice. Should he leave the kitchen, go to his bedroom, and call 911 from his cell phone? Or should he retrieve Sam's handgun to defend himself?
Decisions. Let's You know what? I want to take this motherfucker on and one-on-one. Let's get Sam's gun.
Daniel makes his way to Sam's bedroom to get Sam's handgun. Now he's ready to go after the intruder. Daniel makes his way to the living room to confront the intruder that has just come upstairs from the basement. Daniel raises Sam's handgun and points it at the intruder. Daniel then says, "Turn around slowly, asshole." The intruder turns slowly as directed. Daniel says, "Put the gun on the table in front of you." The intruder does as he's told. Daniel, "Put your hands in the air." They follow along. They put their hands in the air. "Show me who you are." This is where the intruder hesitates. Daniel repeats, "Show me who you are." The intruder continues to hesitate. "Show me who you are," Daniel says. He demands as he cocks Sam's handgun, preparing to fire if necessary. "I won't ask again," Daniel threatens. The intruder slowly takes off their facial coverings, and Daniel finds out that the intruder is, in fact, Eric. Daniel, "Eric?" Eric says, "Hey, pal. Long time no see." Eric immediately grabs his gun from the table and starts shooting at Daniel while running to cover, but misses his shots. Daniel fires back, but also misses. The scene pans between Eric taking cover in the back living room and Daniel taking cover in the front room. "Come on, Daniel, let's have a beer." "I'll buy," Eric shouts, trying to sound friendly. "Eric, why the hell are you doing this, man? I thought we were friends." Eric says, "Not anymore, Daniel. Not anymore." Both Daniel and Eric shoot at each other while transitioning to different parts of cover. Eventually, due to Eric trying to advance on Daniel, with Daniel trying to back up into cover, with both men going in a clockwise direction around the house like a game of cat and mouse, Daniel and Eric actually end up rotating and switching spots, ending up in opposite sides of the living rooms. More shots are exchanged, and eventually Daniel takes the patio door in the back living room outside to the backyard to retreat from Eric. Daniel runs into the backyard, and Eric follows. Scene: outside backyard night. Camera cuts to Eric walking out the patio door. "Eric, why are you doing this?" Daniel shouts while Eric's in the middle of shooting at him. "Eric, you know why, Daniel." Both continue to fire until police sirens can be heard in the distance. Eric looks over in the direction of the sound of the police sirens. Eric says, "Crap!" Eric shoots his last few remaining bullets at Daniel while trying to hop over the backyard fence in the direction of a field to escape. Daniel hears police sirens and notices Eric trying to escape. Daniel tries to shoot Eric in the leg but runs out of ammo. Eric notices this, and both Daniel and Eric stand in place looking at each other in intense silence. Camera pans over to the backyard entrance gate as two police officers enter the property. Both Daniel and Eric look at the police officers coming closer and then quickly back at each other. Eric says, "I hope you're happy about what you did, Daniel." Eric makes a run for the backyard fence in the direction of the field as police announce themselves, and one police officer starts chasing Eric. Police Officer 1 says, "Stop in the name of the law. This is the police." Police officer shouts this authoritatively. Camera view zooms out to show the backyard and depth of the field Eric is trying to escape, and eventually fades to black. Fade in, house basement, storage room, early morning. Daniel and Police Officer 2 find Sam tied up in the basement with a mouth gag. Scene transition, house living room, morning, 6 a.m. Police Officer 2, "All right, gentlemen, your house will be monitored over the next few days by 2 patrol cars. You rest up easy now," they said reassuringly. Sam says, "Thank you, officers." Daniel says, "Yeah, thank you guys. You saved our asses tonight." Police Officer 1, "Don't mention it." Both police officers leave the house through the front door, and Daniel shuts the door and locks it. Sam says, "So Eric came into our place just only hours ago, reminiscing all of our good times, and then he tries to kill us. This is frustrating and bewildering to me." Daniel replies, "He said it was my fault." Sam says, "What?" Daniel, "Yeah, when we were fighting in the heat of the moment, he said this was my fault, and right before he left, he told me, 'I hope you're happy with what you did, Daniel.'" Sam says, "What do you think he meant by that?" Daniel says, "I don't know." This is ending 2.
Ending 2 of 15. Huh. That was an interesting one, I'm not gonna lie. I wouldn't have figured it was Eric. I'll play this more, but I'll release more videos for that fact once the actual game is unlisted, or listed up on YouTube now. But until then, thank you everybody for watching. I hope you like my new mic. It's been quite some time, hasn't it?